I am super duper ooper whooper excited today because I have finally got my little boozy shop order full of Troublemaker Cosmetics products, and I'm so excited to try these. This is a brand new makeup brand, and it was founded, I think, by someone who used to work at Makeup Revolution. And I mean, there's definitely similar vibes. It's kind of like playful. It's kind of, you know, it's giving more like child catering, you know, but you know what? At the grand age of 23, nearly 24, I'm going to delve into them today. The eyeshadow palette is so cute, so up my street. So I'm going to be doing a really, really colourful look. The lip products in this video are black. So definitely stay tuned to the end to see how that works out. But just before we do jump into the video, if you have not already, definitely like and subscribe because it would mean the world to me. I upload every single day here on my YouTube channel. I love bright, fun, colourful makeup. I'm going to be doing something really, really cool, a little bit vampy I've got in my head. I don't know if it's going to translate in real life, but that's what I'm thinking. I also have a beautiful channel memberships. If you would like to help out the channel, you get added to an exclusive group chat, you get a extra video every single Monday, and you also get to vote on member exclusive polls to decide what makeup I wear and what things I roll into project pans. So with that being said, I'm super excited. This brand hit my heart a little bit because I've been saying so much recently, makeup is so boring. Makeup that's coming out right now is so boring, yawn, bland packaging. This is like fun. This is finally something a little bit fun, a little bit different. It's so affordable. I will put all the prices on screen. They are all, I think this was like a tenner or something like that. Everything is really, really inexpensive. And in this cozy living crisis, yes, please. Yes, please, I will take that. So I'm gonna clip my hair back as usual. I always get a little cowlick right on the back of my head, so I'm sorry if that makes an appearance. Hair is clipped back, we're good to go. I've got a full face apart from concealer. I didn't see any concealers on the Boozy Shop website. Maybe they do have concealers and I just didn't see them on the website, or they weren't there on the website, because they definitely were not on the Boozy Shop website. I was looking. So a full face bar concealer. The foundation that I'm going to use today, there were a few foundation options. There was a stick, there was the one that I'm going to use today, and I think there was more of a skin tint product as well. But the one that I went for was the Troublemaker Juno Full Coverage Foundation and Concealer. Okay, so maybe we can use this as a concealer as well. This is, as it said, full coverage, one of those like squeezy bottle products that I'm really, really excited to try. I don't have any foundations that look like this, which is great. Again, innovative. Love that. This is 30ml, so it's about the size of a normal foundation. I will say there weren't many shades on Boozy Shop. There were a lot of shades in the range, but Boozy Shop didn't seem to have all of them. So I'm hoping, this is looking quite pale, but I'm hoping that this is going to work for me. Okay, it said full coverage, and I do suffer with acne. I've been very open about my acne struggles and my acne journey. So we will see how full coverage is full coverage. You know, sometimes full coverage means like, you know, right, this looks pale. So I'm gonna, yeah, that's pale. Okay, I've got a little bit of a mystery tan going on recently. I don't know how I have tanned. I never tan, ever. But for some reason, I've got this beautiful tan. So half my foundations don't work for me right now. And this is probably one of them. This would be great as like a winter shade for me. To be fair, if you look at my neck, it's not actually that bad. I think my face is just tanned. Now, I am panicking a little bit because it feels a little bit thick. Not thick. It doesn't spread as much as some of my other foundations, so I'm just worried that it might set in place on my skin where I've just popped it on, so I really don't want that. I'm gonna start blending this out. This is my Sigma Edge Kabuki F87 brush, by the way. It's like a triangle. It is so good. And I'm just using tapping motions to put this on my skin. It seems to be pretty full coverage so far, which is great. I hate when foundations claim to be full coverage and they're just not. Like, I need some help, you know? I need some help. Okay, so it didn't stick where I put it, which was great. I was panicking a little bit. Sometimes drier foundations can do that, so be careful when you put your foundation on. Some foundations you need to kind of put it on one cheek, blend it out, put it on the other cheek, blend it out. But this has blended really, really well. From afar, I've not taken a close-up look of my face yet. This is just going off my mirror just there. But you know what? Together, we're going to be brave and we're going to look at my face close up. Are we ready? Let's go. Oh, that's nice. I'm getting a little bit of dryness around my nose. I do have very, very dry skin, just for reference. My skin, it's so dry. It's so dry. But let me give you a bit of a close-up. You can see I'm getting a little bit of disturbance around my nose and in my T-zone. Zoom you in. Tiny bit of separating here. Can you see? Just a little bit. It is not bad by any means. I have foundations that do so much worse. It's just looking a little bit heavy. But you know what? Sometimes when you just bounce over with a beauty blender, it can look a bit better. Or it can make it worse, you know? I don't know. Yeah, it's not perfect. There is definitely some texture on my cheek here. It looks a little bit dry. I did do my normal skincare routine. But I mean, the coverage is nice. Obviously, I've got some acne here. All of these videos are unfiltered, by the way. This is just my skin. This is how real skin looks. Okay, I think maybe with powder, we can help it a little bit. Maybe it didn't help that I blended my nose out last, and maybe it had settled a little bit. But I mean, look at my forehead. That's perfect. My forehead looks absolutely perfect. It's definitely a matte finish. It's got a slight bit of sheen in it, but it's not luminous at all. Yeah, if you have maybe more oily skin or like normal oily skin, you will be absolutely fine with this. This looks so much better than what I normally have with most foundations. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to use this as a concealer. It says foundation and concealer on it, so why not, you know? Concealer's the only thing that I don't have. So I'm just going to pop a few dots underneath my eyes. I might just pop a few more dots around my acne patches just to see if it's buildable as well. Just going to blend that out a little bit. Like, now I look at my neck, I don't think that it's like really, really pale. I think it's fine. And especially when I bronze up as well, will be absolutely fine. It'll be interesting to see if it sinks into my smile lines. That is an issue I have with a lot of foundations. I'm just going to blend this out with the Beauty Blender and see how full coverage this is as a concealer. It's looking great. I will say something as well, something that I first noticed when I got these products out of the box. There was a lot of plastic. A lot of these products were plastic wrapped, and there was a lot of those like plastic tags. It's not very environmentally friendly. If you were looking for something that is environmentally friendly and you're very eco-conscious, I know that some people, like, it doesn't really matter to them, but I know that some people it really, really does. So I wanted to just let you know about that. Okay, as a concealer, it's worked great. It's really, really smooth. I do have a bit of a, I don't know what that is. Bit of yesterday's makeup, I think. Hey, no one's perfect, okay? Okay. Yeah, that looks really, really smooth. Okay, I like that. Now let's move on to the next product. This is the loose powder that I picked up. This is the Troublemaker On The Loose Ghost Mode Translucent Powder. They do have multiple different colours of this, but I just went with translucent because I am pale and these are what work for me. I'm really excited. It's on the small side. It's only 5 grams, but I will say that for this whole range. Like this whole range, like the products are very, very small. However, they are really affordable. And I am a project planner, which means I try and like finish a bunch of makeup. So I know that this is still gonna last you so long. So I'm not too worried about it, but just to let you guys know. Okay, so how am I meant to open this? It's one of those twisty ones. Okay, I need my tweezers, I think. But I do not know where they are. This again, plastic wrap. Just letting you know. Okay, so it's just a little protector for the sifter. So that is the color of the translucent. I'm going to try not to throw it all over me. And I'm just going to use a powder puff to press that into my under eyes. So it definitely has a pale cast, as you can see. I don't know how translucent this would be on deeper skin, so I would definitely recommend if you do have deeper or medium skin to get a powder that is more your skin color rather than the translucent one, because even on me, it has brightened a little bit, which for me is good because I like a brightened under eye, but this definitely has some color to it. I'm just gonna really take my time to push that into my under eyes. Make sure everything's set. Okay, yeah, that feels set. That feels ready to go. My face doesn't feel like sticky or anything, but this is like set. She's good. Okay, then I'm just gonna dip into the cap on a brush just to set the rest of my face. I'm a little bit worried to see where the foundation was kind of breaking up a little bit now that I have my powder on. Powder can make or break those situations. So I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared. That's okay though. From afar, I've not looked up close yet. Hang on, what is that? You know what? This isn't looking too bad. It's looking a teeny bit dry, but I think I have like a sneaky suspicion that in a few hours, when this makeup has time to wear and to settle, that my face will look absolutely fine. Let's do another little check-in now that I've got all of the base products on. Okay, again, this is real skin, unfiltered. Let's go. Okay, so acne, you can still see. However, from afar, it's absolutely fine. I'm more than comfortable with this. And then when we get the cheap products on as well, you're just not going to be able to see it. Let's have a look at the settling situation on my T-zone. Can you see it is a little bit dry looking, just a little bit, but I think you wouldn't notice unless you were like looking at it. I don't think I would. My nose, little bit dry. That's so normal for me though. In a few hours, that will kind of settle down and mush into my skin a bit more. My forehead looks great. A little bit dry where I've got some old acne breakouts that are just healing. I think this looks great. I really like this. Okay. Yeah, this is good. This looks great for like such cheap products. I'm really happy with this. Let's move on now to the bronzer. Now, the bronzer made me smile. And I will share why in a second. This is the Troublemaker Cosmetics Rascal Bronzer. I have the shade Creature, and this is their palest bronzer, I'm pretty sure. I was struggling to find a bronzer that was super pale, but if you are paler than me, you might struggle a little bit. So I don't know if you can see, the little embossing has 2 eyes, and on this one, there's a little, like, patch over the eye. Can you see? Here you go. You can see that little patch over that eye. And it looks exactly like Max. It's the same eye. They both have patches on the same eye. My little baby. Oh, My puppy passed away last year. Puppy. He was nearly 15, so, I mean, I don't think you can count him as a puppy anymore, but it's got a little patch on the same eye as Max. How cute, how sweet. Yeah, that did make me smile a little bit. I know that's obviously super, super personal to me, but that was really sweet. So I'm gonna go in to this bronzer. Oh, it's quite kick-uppy. I've only dipped in twice, but there's a lot of kick up there. Okay, let's go. Oof. Okay, that's pigmented. Okay, go in with a light hand because that's pigmented. Okay. This makes me worry though, because if this is the lighter shade and it's this pigmented, people with even lighter skin than I have will struggle. I don't know if it was just Boozy Shop not having all the shades, but this was the lighter shade that I could find. That's a nice undertone. It's got a very like warm, slightly yellow undertone, which for me is absolutely perfect. My skin does have yellow undertones in it, so great. That is pigmented. Okay. Wow. Okay. Right, I'm going to show you, right? One dip. That's one dip. Let's see how much of my cheek I can do with just one dip. I'm going to go in with a really, really light hand just to build it up. I don't want all the product to just be concentrated on one part of my cheek. So this is still the same dip. I'm not going to do any like cuts or anything until this is completely blended. Can you do your whole cheek with just one dip? Look at that. That was one dip. Look at the difference. Oh my God. I'm going to do like half a dip more. Oh my gosh. Okay. If you thought the NYX Butter Bronzers were pigmented, I think this is even more pigmented than the NYX Butter Bronzers. So be careful. Be careful. Wow. That is a pigmented bronzer. They do have a lot of cream bronzers and blushes and things like that. I'm just not a cream product person. I just don't like cream products, so I'm not going to buy them to review them because I don't want to waste my money and waste the products and all that kind of stuff. But if you are a cream bronzer blush girl, they have you covered as well. There's a lot of cream product options. Okay, that's really nice. Very pigmented. I know I've said that so much, but guess what, guys? It's pigmented. Yeah, it's pigmented. I'm just going to blend out that nose bronzer. That was a lot. Now, for blush, I have been in the habit, it started with my full face of NYX Cosmetics. I have started to realise that I buy the same colour of blush over and over and over and over and over again. So I've made it my mission to reach out a little bit and do something a little bit different. And that's definitely what I've done with this. This is the blush that I'm going to use today. It's the Troublemaker Bouncy Blush. And this is in the shade Swish Purple. This is purple. This is kind of like a deep purple, and I'm a little bit scared. I'm not going to lie. Okay, these are so difficult to open. All of these products are so hard to open, which, I mean, can we please stop with that? I want to be able to open my products, and because this is such a small compact, I can't open it. So I need my little scissors, and I'm gonna just try and pop this open like that. There we go. If you need a utensil to open a makeup product, we need words, okay? I'm thinking of just sanding down this little like tip here. That's a way that you can get around that. If you have even just like a nail file, just sand down the little latch thing and it should work, I think. But yeah, this, first of all, very, very teeny tiny. I was expecting something a bit bigger. However, like I said with the powder, I am a project panner, so I do know that it takes a very long time to finish products, especially a blush, and especially a blush that looks like this. So this is just a little fun product. Okay, this is a product I'm going to have some fun with, and yeah, why not? So I'm a little bit scared. I'm not gonna lie. It seems to have a bit of a luminous finish. Whoa, that is not what I usually go for. Okay, this seems to be a bit more of a creamy formula. There's not much kick up. It's quite a wet, not wet, but it feels much softer than the bronzer. Okay, I'm just gonna go in with this blush. I want to do something a little bit different. I want to play around with different kind of creativity outlets. I always just focus on being creative with my eyeshadow, but I want to start being creative with my blush and with my highlight and with other things. So, you know what? I actually don't think that is too purple. That's a very natural colour. I wouldn't have said that that is that, you know? This seems to be much more like warm, neutral pink on my skin, which could be a good thing or a bad thing. I'm not too sure yet, because I did buy this to be a crazy blush, but it's not that crazy. I'm just obviously gonna catch up the other side. That's actually really nice. I'm glad I did something a little bit different, because I do get stuck in my peach comfort zone a lot of the time with blushes. And I was a little bit scared that maybe this would look like a bruise, because it is quite like a bruisey purple. It could have looked quite bruisey, but it doesn't. I don't know if it's just my skin undertones, because as I said before, I have quite yellow undertone in my skin. So I don't know if it's just my yellow undertones peeking through and making this look a bit more peachy pinky than it actually is. If you have tried this and you have pink undertones, let me know. Does this look more purple on you? Because that would be really interesting to know. But that is nice. That's not a crazy blush, in my opinion. But that's nice. That's not like a crazy blush, in my opinion. That's cute. It is a little bit washed out on camera because obviously of all the lights, but even in person, that's cute. There is a fly in here, so I do apologize. It's like just been buzzing around, so I hope I managed to cut all that out. Okay, now for highlight time. This highlight, I noticed, right, something that I noticed about this brand is a lot of like these products were in their like social media campaigns, like the fun, cute products. I don't know if they ran out of budget for these, because these aren't as like fun and unique as the other products, and these weren't really in the promotions. A lot of like the more like interesting and fun, like their cream products are like very, very interesting packaging. This compared to everything else is quite boring. It's not, but like compared to everything else in the collection. So I don't know if these were like an afterthought. I don't know if these like were like running out of budget, or like I don't really know what was happening. But even this is like really unique and really cute. Like this is something different. Like the eyeshadow palette, cute. I don't know. These just feel a little bit rushed. That's what I'm going to say. But this is the highlight that I'm going to use today. It is the Gloie Highlighter Illuminator, but that's spelled Gloie. I nearly had an aneurysm trying to read that. And this is in the shade Disco Dust Light Gold. And again, good luck trying to get into it. We're going to try. You know what? I need my scissors again. Yeah, this is a little bit of a pet peeve, to be honest, when it comes to makeup products. I've ruined my birthday nails trying to get into these, and I have 2 more weeks till my birthday. So it's personal now. No, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. You just need some tweezers or something. But still, it's like, I have a massive makeup collection. This is what I always think when I get new things in the mail. I have such a huge makeup collection. I have something that I can just open. Why should I use something that takes me a utensil to pry open? Like, it better be good if I'm putting that much effort in. And it sounds, I don't know if it sounds like bad, but why should I bother, you know, prying this open when I have 30 other highlighters? It's like, you know, so I will be sanding them down. Will be. I hope this isn't too gold. I had a highlight not long ago. It was gold. I know, it's kind of like a very neutral, slightly goldy shade. That's actually not that blinding. Let's see on the cheeks what this looks like. Okay, it's not too blinding. I mean, I am all for 2016 crazy, stupid highlights, you know? I do love a crazy blinding highlight. This is the palest shade again. I don't think this is pale enough for me. That gold reflect is quite a yellow gold, and it can get quite deep. It does look a little bit deep. So I would love to have had a highlight that is really, really pale with like a champagne undertone rather than like a yellow gold undertone. Because even though my skin does have yellow undertones, I do prefer to have a highlight that is just a bit more champagne, a bit more neutral, not as like Bart Simpson. This isn't too bad. It's not awful. Like if you remember a highlight that I was wearing, like it was in a chopping block video, it was yellow gold. This is not yellow gold. It is quite smooth, which is nice, but it is quite yellow for my taste. Right, we've done all of the cheek products now. So I'm going to zoom you in again. We're going to do another check-in and we're going to have a look at how the face is looking as of right now. Hello again, up close and personal. Oh my goodness. Let me get my mirror. So, as I kind of said before, the separation has basically gone away. With the powder and with the cheek products, all the separation around my nose has definitely settled down a little bit. And now I'm more than comfortable going out like this. Like, this is a really, really nice foundation. It's not really settled into my smile lines. My smile lines are quite deep. Normally, this will be a lot worse than it is now. I will do a final check-in and we will see how my smile lines are looking. Let's have a look at the cheek products. So can you see? Yeah, you can see that. That is golden yellow. That's not just a little champagne. That is a yellow gold highlight. Not really my thing. Yeah. It's like almost orangey yellow, which is not, yeah. On a deeper skin tone, that would look so nice. But because it's almost like too much, it just doesn't work with super pale skin, I don't feel like, in my humble opinion. Anyway, right, blush, stunning. Might actually put a little bit more blush on. I do need my weapon to be able to do that. Let's open it up again. Here we go. I am in fact blush blind and proud. It's fine. I am going to do a pretty crazy eyeshadow look. Here we go. You can definitely see that colour a bit more there. And I do want to just kind of take away a little bit of that highlight. I'm not a big fan of that, I'm not going to lie. That's the first product in this video that I'm just not really a fan of. And it's not because of the formula. It's not because, like, the formula is really nice. It's very, very smooth and it's not crazy blinding, but it's also not nothing. But yeah, it's just the colour for me is not really my thing, which is fine. Like, you know, can't please everyone. A bit too blush blind. I know, it's fine. Bronzer was great. You can see around here. Really, really cute. Those cheek products, like performance-wise, are all really, really good and really, really nice. It's just the colour of the highlight that I'm not too fond of. I'm going to use, and some people might think this is cheating, I'm going to use my Urban Decay Primer Potion for my eyeshadow look. I always have to use an eye primer, specifically this one. I just think it's the best in the biz, so I'm going to use it. Why not? I do have a look in mind. We shall see. Okay, so this palette I'm really excited about, actually. When I first saw it on the website, I thought like, it's just another like pretty boring rainbow palette, but I'm actually quite impressed. I've not swatched anything yet. We'll swatch it all together. But this is the Playground eyeshadow palette. And this is so cute because yes, it has those very like generic rainbow mattes, but the shimmers in this palette seem to have a very, very duochrome texture aspect to them. Now, this is the worst offender when it comes to not being able to open it. Like the sides open. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see. The sides open and the middle will not open. So it kind of like folds upwards like this when you're trying to open it, which like, that's a new extreme. That is a bit of a new extreme. So if I was going to give one note to this brand, it would be, please can you work on your clasps? Because this is like craziness. The fact that this is, I feel like I'm going to break it. Can you see that? The fact that this is coming up, before that, you know, that's the one note I would give this brand. We all know that eyeshadow is my favorite part of the process. So everyone cross your fingers. Okay, let's go. I'm going to use the shade. Actually, no, we're going to swatch first. We're going to swatch. If you don't want to see swatches, I'll leave a timestamp up here where I get to the look, but I want to swatch today. We're going to go in. This is Dreamscape, which is a bright matte white. I mean, just from swatching and putting my finger in that, it feels creamy. It feels pigmented. I'm excited. Next, we have the shade Crayon, which is a bright orange. We've got the basic like primary colors in here. It like the color story isn't revolutionary. You know, the color story, we've seen this a million times before. However, these shimmers I'm actually really excited to try. So the red is called Color Theory. That seems very pigmented. And then the yellow is called Happy Snap. Okay, they all seem not very firmly pressed. They seem quite, not loose, but like a good in the middle. You know, sometimes when products are so firmly pressed, you can't get anything off them. But these seem like a nice amount of press. I couldn't get my words out then. I know what I'm talking about, I promise. So that white, pigmented. I feel like I'm going to be saying that word so much over the next like 10 minutes. Okay, the orange, beautiful. The red, wow. Okay, and then the yellow. I did get a little bit of that red in that yellow, but that's okay. Be interesting to see if these stain as well. Okay, not so far. Tiny bit maybe. So next is the shade Zigzag, which to be fair, doesn't really intrigue me. It seems like a very normal shimmer. The second one though, this is the shade Lemonade. It's like a cream. Oh, and it's not just a gold, it's got a tiny bit of like greeniness in it. For a palette that costs so little, I'm so excited about that. Next we have Sparks Fly, which seems very creamy as well. I'm a little bit worried, are these going to crease? That's the only thing. With these super creamy feeling eyeshadows, they're beautiful. Like, look at that gold. Stunning. Will they crease though? We will see. And then we have Sidekick, which is this purple matte. Let's swatch these 4 shades. I'm excited. I forgot the shade names. Zigzag, cute. That is actually really pretty. It's a red-based orange with yellow flecks in it. Then this shade. Oh my goodness me. So stunning. That is Lemonade. A slight bit of a greeniness. That is very cute. Next is Sparks Fly. This would be a great like inner corner. That's very pretty. Cute. And then Sidekick, which is the purple matte. Which again, really, really pretty. Obviously swatches aren't everything when it comes to makeup. I've seen plenty of palettes that swatch abysmally. and work great on the eyes. And I've seen it the other way around. Swatches great, but then is awful on the eyes. I just want to give you a little bit of a feel for this palette. Next we have Gumball Machine, which is this bright baby pink. Sugarloop, which seems to be a very, very just average champagne-y shimmer. Skittles, which is a slightly more vibrant pink. And then Wink Wink, which is a cool toned purple. Stan is snoring so loud. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's go. We've got one. I mean, no pigment issues so far. I'm loving all of these. That's cute. The Bright Heart Barbie pink. And then the little cool tone purple. Okay. I will say this palette seems quite pinky purple leaning. Red, orange, and yellow got one row. And then blue and green got a whole row. But like purpley pinks. I don't know. Maybe I'm nitpicking. I'm not a pink girl. So like the less pinks, the better for me. Maybe that's just my like anti-pink rhetoric. Is that the word? I don't know, coming out. Then we have Decked Out, which is a blue. This looks like a bit of a duochrome. It is! It's a duochrome. It's a super deep blue to purple. For this price? Are you kidding me? Can you see? It's so hard to show on camera. It's got a purpley reflect to it. Okay. And it's not like one of those boring satin ones. This seems to have a good bunch of shimmer in it. Then we have Splash, which is a mid-tone blue matte. This is the shade that really caught my eye. If you're not new to my channel, you'll know. This is the shade Cloud Hop. Oh, that feels stunning. Oh my god, it's a purple to blue duochrome. I love this brand. And then the shade Hidden Gem is like, that's really pretty. Ooh, it doesn't swatch too well. Okay, this is the first thing in this palette that doesn't seem to swatch too well. It seems quite firm in the pan. Maybe this is more of a topper shade though, so we will see. So I forgot the names, I'm sorry. The deep blue duochrome, look at that. Yes, the blue matte. Stun. My favorite shade. Next. Oh my god. That looks like an indie shimmer. If this was in an indie palette, I'd believe you. And then this shade, this is interesting. Let's see if this swatches well. I think that's definitely more of a topper. You can definitely see that there. It's not got as much of a base in it. It's definitely more like just shimmery. So I'd say that's more of a topper shade. Okay, 2 more to go. Thank God, because I'm running out of room. Lucky Dip. This is nice. I'm glad that they didn't just put a primary green in there. Is green a primary color? No, it's blue, red, and yellow? Yeah, because blue and yellow make green. That was so embarrassing. Hey, it's been a long week. Okay, it's been a long week. I didn't have much sleep. Let's calm down. I'm glad they didn't just put a primary green in there because that would be a little bit predictable. This is like a mint kind of green, and I like that. And then a super deep, not super deep, but kind of like a mid to deep green. It's got a little bit of a bluiness in it. It's not a duochrome, but it's just like a tealy, deep teal kind of shade. That is the shade Lucky Dip and Mood Ring. So let's swatch these last 2 shades. 1, beautiful, and 2. That is more of a satin. It's definitely not as high shine as the rest of them. So here you go. Look at those. Yeah, that is a beautiful palette. Okay, let's jump into the eye look. I'll zoom you in a teeny bit. Let's go in with Dreamscape first of all. I like to set my lid before I do any kind of eye look. It's just what I prefer to do. I know some people don't like it, some people do like it. For me, I like it. So I'm gonna pop this all over the eye. This, as you can probably see, it's giving me a tiny bit of a white color, but not too much. So that's okay. I quite like that. I quite like that. Okay, I'm going to go in with the shade Sidekick, which is this purple. I will say something that I've noticed about this palette, there's not much depth. Like the shimmers are the depth. I'd rather have it the other way around. I'd rather have deep mattes and then shimmer lighter shades, but that's okay. There's not many like deepening up shades in this palette, but that is a nitpick. That is such a nitpick. I know. I'm really excited to see how this lip goes with this look, but right, let's go. I'm gonna pack this on the outer corner. Okay, I mean straight away. That is very pigmented. That's a good amount of pigment. I like that. And I'm gonna bring it in about halfway into my crease. And then on the lower lash line as well, about halfway. And I am gonna just wing it out a little bit. I got it. Pigmented, good. I'm gonna build it up as much as I can. Like I said, not too much depth, so I'm gonna use what I can to make that depth. I love a deep eye look. I start pretty much all of my eye looks with a black, so this is new territory for me, but I'm gonna be brave. I'm gonna be big and brave, and I'm gonna do something that still looks absolutely beautiful. I've got no doubt about it. Purples sometimes are the hardest eyeshadows to make, but I mean, it's gone on great. Okay, this brand, Drugstore better watch out. Like, I love the fact that this brand has come out with such affordable pricing. They could have definitely upped their prices a lot, but they've kept it affordable and they've kept it like fun. I'm happy. I like this. This is definitely higher than that. Whoops. Whoopsies. Yeah, once it's blended out, it'll be fine. I hope. Yeah, it'll be fine. Okay. I think with these shades, you could definitely blend them out with themselves, so you don't necessarily need a blending out shade. If I just went in with a fluffy brush and just went over this, it would blend with itself absolutely fine. But I am going to go in with the shade Wink Wink, which is this pale, cool toned purple. There is a bit of kick up in these shades, but nothing too bad. I'm gonna start blending that out a little bit. I'm kind of thinking I should have used the pink instead of the cool tone purple, just because my cheeks are so pink, but I don't think it makes that much difference, to be fair. I think it'll be all right. And again, I'm just going to follow that wing all the way up. You know what I'd love to see from this brand? Like cake liners. I feel like that's such a this brand kind of product. I can just see them coming out with cake liners. I've been loving my winged purple looks recently, haven't I? I didn't realise that. I've been doing a lot of winged purple looks. Hey, why not? It makes me happy. You know what? No, I'm glad I used this more cool tone shade because I want to put my favourite shade, which is this one, all over the lid. Then I'm going to go, you guys may know, I love contrasting colour stories. I'm going to go into the shade Lucky Dip, which is the green. And I'm going to pop this on the inner crease. Just pack it on. It seems to be definitely more of like a pastel green. Ooh, I feel like Daphne from Scooby-Doo. That's the vibe I'm getting. This is definitely a pastel. It's got a very heavy like white base in there. That's looking cute. I'm going to pop it on the lower lash line too, just to make sure everything's kind of cohesive. Okay, then I'm going to go in with, oh, what do I want to do? Right, Cloud Hop, which is my favourite shade. I'm going to go in with this. Oh, this is so stunning. The fact that this is a drugstore brand that is so affordable. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm going to blend it pretty much everywhere. I'm just going to whack it on everywhere. All over my lid. I'm going to bring it up into the crease a little bit. I'm just going to go nuts. And this does have a slight yellowy greeniness to it. So it'll go really well with the green. Oh, that's stunning. That's stunning. That shine is crazy. Then I'm going to go in with Hidden Gem, which is the green shimmer. And this, if you remember, was more of like a topper. It's not really an impactful shade on its own. So I'm just going to pack this on top of the green matte just to give it some help. Yeah, I actually think this green would look really nice just on top of a neutral look as well, because it doesn't give too much green. Like, it's not, you can see there, it's not like green. So if you pop this on top of like a different kind of look, I think you'd be having a great time there as well. I'm going to pop it on the lower lash line, where I pop that green again. Then I want to use as many shades as possible. So I'm going to go in with Decked Out, which is this super deep blue. I'm going to use a brush to go in here. When I do these reviews, I always want to use like everything. And I'm going to pop it on that outer corner just to try and deepen a little bit. I just want a little bit more depth. I always want more depth. That is not a surprise to anyone. I feel like a dramatic look like this needs, like, you see the difference there? That's what it needed. That's what it needed. And I'm actually really glad that you can use this as, not as a matte, because it definitely has some shimmer in it. Even if I'm using a brush and like using it as a matte, you can definitely still see a bit of shimmer. But I'm glad that you can use it like this as well. And again, I'm just going to catch up the other eye. You can just see that difference that made was exactly what I needed. Okay, this is looking great. Look at this look. I'm obsessed. I love it. I think it's so pretty. Okay, I'm going to go in with, which shade do I want on the inner corner? I think I'm going to go in with the more pinky shade, which is Sparks Fly. This is a very creamy shade, so it'll be interesting to see how this works with a brush. But you can see I've made like creamy dents in it. Oh, it still goes on really well though. Look at that. That's bright. That is so pretty. I'm really, really happy with this look. I feel good. I feel confident. That is what makeup's all about, right? I feel, Okay, so now I'm going to move on to lips before I finish everything off. I have a lip combo that scares me. Scares me just a lot. Just a lot. The lip liner is a super deep shade. This is the Troublemaker Overdo It in the shade Zip It. And I've been on the hunt for a cool toned dark lip liner for the longest time. So I'm hoping that this is the one for me. This is pretty much exactly what I'm looking for. I want this. I bought this kind of recently. This is from Beauty Bay. This is in the shade Vintage. And you can see Vintage is on top. Vintage is definitely warmer than the shade Zip It. You can see there. So this, I've been looking for this. I love this shade from Beauty Bay, but I've just wanted something a bit more cool toned. This is the one. And then I have this to try. This is the Troublemaker. There is absolutely nothing on it. Oh, it's the Romi Aura Lip Balm. And this is a black shade. Now, I don't know how black this is gonna be. I have no idea, so pray with me. So this is our lip combo. This is why I wanted to do something a little bit smokier, because like, I'm excited. Okay, let's try this lip liner. That's very, very smooth. I don't have any of that like clumpiness that sometimes lip liners have. And it's just a pencil resharpenable one. It's not a retractable one. I forgot the word for that then. It's not a retractable one. I've got hair on my face. There we go. Okay. That looks good. I've been so into deep lips recently. I used to think that because I was so pale, I couldn't do deep lips, but I kind of realized that they look like super effective on me. because I have such pale skin. And I know that all the like pro makeup artists probably don't like me for doing that. You know, whatever. It's makeup, it's fun. And then rubbed it out. Okay, let's try this black. I'm gonna swatch it first so I know what I'm doing. This is one, you can't roll it back down. Be warned, okay. Oh, okay. It's not too bad. It's a very subtle black kind of balm. Okay, that makes me a little bit less nervous. Let's try this together. I'm actually so excited. I want things that are different. That's why I chose this black lip balm and this blush. I want to start like expanding my collection, but with different products, you know? So let's go. I might love this, I might hate this. Who knows? That's the top lip. You know what? I think I love it. It's kind of a little bit minty. I was worried that it was just kind of going to look grey on my skin. Like it looks really grey there. But I think with the lip liner and with the colour of my lips, it looks really nice. Oh, I love it. Oh, check me out. I feel cool. Yeah, I can definitely, on my tongue, feel the mintiness. And I can feel it start to like tingle a little bit. It's not bad at all. Like you can barely feel it. It just feels like on my tongue, it feels like I've just brushed my teeth. It's a little bit minty. All right. The final look is on. This look is so good. It's so pretty. I will do one final check-in, but I mean, look at this. This looks good. My hair is so flat right now. I'm so sorry. Here we go. There we go. A little bit better. Right, let's zoom in. Let's do a check-in of everything. And then I'm going to do a big rundown of all the products, what I think, what needs improving, what I like, what I don't like, everything. So let's do one last check-in. Let's zoom in. Real face, unfiltered. Okay, so we're looking really good. You remember all of that like heaviness around here? Like I said, it's pretty much gone because it's sank into my skin and it's been able to sit for a little bit. You cannot see the heaviness anymore. You cannot see it starting to separate anymore. I do have a bit of blue unblended there, but that's fine. Love that. As a concealer, it works really well too. There's no bunching, there's no cakiness, there's like nothing. It just looks so nice. I was worried when it said foundation and concealer in one. I was like, but truly it is. It looks great. The powder looks brilliant. It's really, really smooth. There's no like cakiness. There's no nothing. My skin looks so good. My smile lines, I've been filming for an hour and 15 minutes and my smile lines still look absolutely fine. Like I wouldn't feel the need to rub them out or anything like that. They look great, which is shocking for me. I'm always a little bit self-conscious of my smile lines, but this foundation is fine. The cheek products still look great. We kind of touched upon them in my second check-in, but they're looking really good. Highlight, maybe not for me, but that's just colour. It's fine. Eyeshadow, look at this eyeshadow. From a drugstore brand. Those duochromes are so special. You can see that purple poking through right at the very corner. It's... wow, duochromes at this price point, and especially like shimmery, sparkly, special ones, I'm in awe. It is incredible. The mattes blended perfectly. I really like this eyeshadow palette, and then the lips, really, really nice. It's still creamy. It's still nice. The lip liner, I will say, it's not one that sets. Like, it smudges. It's a smudgy lip liner. Just so you know, it's not going to stay all day. I did put this in the waterline. Don't know if I should have done that. Felt a bit wrong to put a lip liner in the waterline, but hey, I did what I did. Pretty. I felt this get a little bit more minty after I turned the camera off, but it only lasted about 2 minutes and it's fine now. So I'm really happy with this. Foundation, absolute hit. I think it's brilliant. There is no notes, I don't think. No notes. It is dry skin friendly. It does panic you a little bit at the start. You think, oh my God, everything's breaking up. But no, it's brilliant. Powder is great as well. Would I call it translucent? It did have a little bit of a cast to it. I found that it was a little bit white, a little bit pale. So if you do have deeper skin, maybe get a better color match for you, but brilliant. The bronzer, a little bit too pigmented. I never thought I'd say that. It's a lot. Be warned, it is a lot, but Maxie's little face on it, it's like he made it for me. Okay, it's made for me. Beautiful, stunning, love it. The blush, a really nice shade. I thought it was going to be a bit more purpley, but it's very, very natural actually, which I wasn't expecting. The highlight, just the colour, no. And as I said, these two seem like afterthought products compared to these kind of products. I don't know if you get what I mean, but that's just the vibe I was getting. The palette is stunning. The palette is so nice. I would compare some of these duochromes to indie duochromes, and I think they're absolutely, I'm shocked. Genuinely, I am shocked about this in the best possible way. And then the lip products, I love. Notes, the clasps need work, but I will sand those down myself. You can, as I said before, you can do it really easily with a nail file. It's fine. And yeah, these seem like afterthoughts. Other than that, no notes. The products work great. I'm really, really happy and impressed with this brand. I cannot wait to see what they release in the future. I feel like the affordable drugstore brands like Revolution and Essence, they've been safe for a while. I feel like they haven't had new competition. I think this is new competition for them, and I cannot wait to see more. So are you interested in this brand? Have you heard of this brand? Are you going to buy anything from this brand? Everything will be linked down below as usual. I think that this is brilliant, but I'm going to stop saying that because I could say that all day. Like and subscribe if you have not already and you like my content. It would mean the world to me. It really helps me in the algorithm, and it really helps me get my videos out there to the world. Have an absolutely incredible day, guys, and I will see you tomorrow for a brand new video. Bye bye.